Hey, what's going on, guys? Dave here from KiwiStrength. Today we're going to go over how to squat. So let's just get straight into it. First off, we're going to lead into, before we're even squatting, we're going to do a bit of stretching. We'll warm up the hips, get them open. We're going to do a bit of rolling on the legs, just get the body warmed up. Then we're going to also do some lat activation, exercise, to wake up the muscles, because the muscles just fall asleep if you're not using them. You may notice in the squat, if it's quite slanted, just because one side, that side is sliding down. When you're squatting, it's actually your lat not activated. So we do a few little drills, exercises, to wake those up. So we'll get straight into it with some lat activation exercises. So we're going to start with some lat pull downs. Now this is just fast. We're only going to do a couple of, maybe a set or two on each exercise, and it's light, it's just slow, controlled, and it's just to wake the muscle up. So we'll start some lat activation, bring the bar down. Remember, so here at KiwiStrength we do, we bring the bar down on top of our chest, but we put us into the movement that we're using for the squat. Obviously chest is up, shoulder blades back, and your lats come down. So we do the lats in that movement to help strengthen it and try to wake them up. Then we'll move on to some band pulls for activating your lats. There's also good rehab as well. So I do them every day, make sure the lats are strong and working and engaged. Then we can also do some one-arm rows. These are great as well. Exercise, remember it's only light, slow, controlled, just pause in it, get nice and warm. Once we're all warmed up, we jump into squats. So this squat position, please just squat when I sit up. So grab the bar, set your hand placement. Just grab the bar where it's comfortable. We'll just take the video just from starting. So grab the bar where it's comfortable. Line your line up with the center line, center line. So when you go under it, the bar is centered on your back. But not, if you don't do that, then it's going to be off-centered and it's going to be throwing you off. All right. So go under the bar. Now, if you bar position on your back, you don't want it too high. You don't want it up on your neck, because the higher the bar positioning, the more the weight's coming in front. So it's more like a front squat. So it's a lot harder to have that upright positioning. Right, so I've got more of a medium bar. You can always have low. Remember, if you've got low, you've got to have really good mobility and stuff for those elbows. Alright guys, so just do the bar positioning that's right for you. Once the bar positioning on, you're under it. So hand positioning, this is where you can adjust it. Everyone's trying to achieve the same thing. We're all trying to get nice and tight, bring it in tight as possible, and nice, tight, rigid back. Alright? What's tight for you is all individual. For me, I'm out wide. Like, we've got a squat bar, and I'm only just in. I've got to work up the mobility to bring it in even more. Alright? So whatever's closest to you, bring it in tight as you can. Alright? So if you're close to medium, your elbow positioning is back. This is creating the shelf. Alright? Don't push forward, because the bar's going to fall off your back. Alright? So close to about medium. Alright? And then if you're further than medium, you're out wide, then your positioning, you're bringing it in. Your elbows come in more. Alright? So once your hand placement is set, remember, don't sacrifice your elbows for a tight hand placement, alright? If it's hurting your elbows, just take it a finger or two, alright? Until it's still tight, but it's relieving that pain. Alright, quick tip there. Once your hand placement's set, from that point there, we want, and your shoulder blades should be tight together when you're bringing your hands in, because that's that ritual you're trying to achieve, alright? At that point there, your feet should already be mid-bar, the bar should be in line with mid-foot. That's going to give a stronger push-up position rather than back, because you're trying to push up when your feet are back, too far back from the bar, you come forward, vice versa, too forward. Alright, so that positioning should be set. So you want your chest up. That rotation is going to help push the lats down to your hips, right? Butt should be up, because you're going to sit up right now as if you're going to squat, alright? So huge breath. Better breathe from your mouth, not your nose. All right, remember, breathe like you suffocate. Pop the bar, wait a second or two, and one step back. Wait another second or two, another step back. And do a slight adjustment in your feet. All right. If you need to breathe here, take another huge breath through your mouth. And knock it all in. Drive that head back, that chin back into the bar, and then squat down, and then come back up. So from the side positioning, you should see your bar line to be fit. It should be straight. All right. So when you squat down, you always let your hips lead first, or your hips and knees at the same time. Never your knees first, because your knees come first, coming over, and all the weight be put in front of you, and you'll fall forward. All right. So always hips first, or hips and knees. As you can see, when I go down, my hips lead, and I go down. For your knees should always track the same way as your toes. As you can see, my knees are tracking towards the toe outwards, so I'm pushing out. And with a big breath, hold it in. That compression is going to hold the upright body in the upright position. Now for your feet positioning, your squat stance, this is going to be individual. For myself, I'm quite wide. Just starting off, just start what's comfortable. Literally walk it out. You'll probably find it's about shoulder width, if not a little bit further apart. All right, just start with that, and then critique it. And don't be scared to ask for help. People around you videoing it also helps. If you need help again, just send me an email or a direct message off my social medias. Can give you a hand. So that's squat. Just remember, when you're, so I wanted to touch on, there's one movement that you use in the squat, bench, and deadlift. All right. So when we're setting the hands are set, shoulder blades are tight together. Before we pop, we push the chest up. So when you push the chest up, it's that rotation. All right, and it's pushing your lats down into your hips. All right, that's locking the whole upper body in. All right, and that's what you want before you squat. All right, the whole upper body locked in. Because if it's not, and it's out, and you're like that, you squat down, you're just going to come forward. All right, we need that real rigid, tight back. That huge breath through your stomach is really locking all the abdominals. And you should feel just everything lock in, lats, everything tight through the core. And that's going to really hold that upright positioning. And remember, there's no breathing and lifting. All right, none at all. So hold that, take that one breath, and you got to hold it. All right. If you're doing reps, try and hold that breath as long as possible. It's going to be hard when you start out, but you get used to it. All right. And because that one breath that you take, that whole compression will be the best you'll ever get. Trust me. When you actually breathe out, take another big breath, you just never seem to be able to get as tight as possible, and as tight in that compression as the first one. All right. But yeah, that one movement. All right. Imagine holding a broomstick. You're holding a broomstick, pulling back, pushing that chest up, that rotation. All right, guys. That one movement is for the bench, putting you in that bench positioning, shoulders back, chest up, lats down to your hips. See now, perfect bench. This is also your end positioning of a deadlift. Okay, you come up, push chest up, shoulders rotate, lats come down. All right. That's what I did with the broomstick. This is the same positioning. That is your start positioning for deadlift. All right. If you start like that, a smooth transition all the way up to lockout. All right, guys. A little tip there. All right. Hope that helps. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, and we'll put up more content. All right. Put up bench press technique probably next week. All right, guys. Have a great day.